de la Crosse, Wisconsin.
Nó là vậy nó trở trên nó một cái plan đó chapter gì nó họ là class nó nè haiตัวก็ชีวิตตายเที่ยถ้าพญาโนรปมกอยู่พญาอยู่เกี่ยต่อตัวโตตัวตุ๊กจอเป๊ะตัวตุ๊กจอตัวเสียก็เสียช้าเพราะว่าตัวที่จนโตเลยเป๊ะจนชี้เชี่ยตัวอย่างนั้นเขามาเป๊ะเตี้ยตัวของเราอย่างก็ต้องมีเจียนชีเท่ากันเดินต่อก็จะจนชีเป๊ะจงห้องจะได้ล่ำเป๊ะเสียตัวรอบตัวตัวหาว่าตัวน่ะอีกพักตัวอีกตัวแต่พักตัวอย่าพยายามเรารับต่อหม้อนะผมรับต่อได้
Stop po, hai cứ liều, nắng, hai cứ có liều là gió.
Mr. President of Conservation Agency. Hoa thông ni yang. Tôi cho gì tôi đây là hai lúa cho bé chúng mong sẽ rồi nó nói tôi sẽ cho xe tôi có tham nào hoa ya tôi sẽ cho lúc của họ muốn là cross mong community agency ta chơi có là tôi tỏ lúc microphone phong nhất tỏ mong là chỉ là có là hai lúa chúng tôi cho sẽ chúng này chia sẻ rồi.
Good morning, and thank you for being here today. Nhớ rong thì rong xe chạy tàu và bé cho này cho chị cho cô tu trò thì cho nó cho chú sẽ. Again, my name is Nahua Tony Yang. I am the president of the Hmong Culture Center here in La Crosse. Thank you so much for being here today. Your presence means a lot to our Hmong-Lao veterans and our community. I want to take a couple of minutes to recognize some of our elected officials that are here with us today. If I say your name, can you please just stand up and wave so that people know who you are? So first is Mayor of La Crosse, Mitch Reynolds. Congratulations to our new mayor.
Congratulations.
Next is State Senator Brett Paff. And State Representative Joe Billings. Oh, she's interviewed over there. Okay, and next is State Representative Steve Doyle.
Hi, Doyle.
U.S. Representative Ron Kai couldn't be here today due to a prior commitment, and he sent his wishes to our Hmong-Lao veterans. So we also wanted to thank everyone for being here. As you may know, yesterday, the governor of the state of Wisconsin, Tony Evers, just signed a bill that will make May 14 as a Hmong-Lao Veterans Day. So we are very appreciative of that. And May 14, 1975 marked the end of the Vietnam War and also the U.S. Secret War in Laos. During the war, the Hmong General Vang Pao and thousands of Hmong soldiers fought alongside the United States from 1962 to 1975. Today, May 14 has been proclaimed as Hmong-Lao Veterans Day, and we are very, very honored to have this very important day here today at Freedom Park. As we honor our veterans today, let's not forget those who gave everything and their lives for our freedom. We must also salute those that are serving today to protect our freedom. A day like today is not just for our veterans, but it is for all Americans. Let's thank our veterans and continue to honor their sacrifices and service. A special thanks to our Hmong-Lao Veterans Chapter 8 in La Crosse and their members. I want to thank the event planning committees and everyone involved. This is such a special day, and let's keep the tradition strong. So thank you our Hmong-Lao veterans, thank you our leaders, and thank you our community for supporting such an important event today. Thank you so much. chế cú hải ở bên là lùm mong trò bé cho nè cho chỉ cho nó cho especially cho cú tu trò nữa thọ và hỏi cho ở tu cho nhớ cho hậu local chapter gì xử lý giờ tham gia trả thì chỉ sinh thong cái và cho đó này cho member họ lo chấp lời giờ và nè nó bé cho nè cho chỉ cho nó cho là cũng mọi bé từ tua đó họ nói thế xử lý giờ phát thanh phát xong và nữa chỉ nữa cũng tua đó họ nói thế bé cũng mua cho nó cho chú Mika này cho nè thế bé trong mong sẽ được cho hai tiệp bé tua tao cho tụ là họ nói chia nhân gì nữa chỉ cũng yêu chỉ thản tao là tất chỉ cũng xã hai rồi bé trong mong sẽ được tàn cho là cho cô tu trò thế này cho member hai tiệp và nằm governor Ever tư sai ý chăm biểu hai tiệp mấy cậu plau nó vô mua và cho nên cho gì cho cô tu trò thế bé trong mong nu vậy nu chừng chăng thọ họ nói là giá toàn thế xã cả bé trong mong sẽ được chỉ cộng xe nữa bé chỉ lu họ nóiนี่จะเนี่ยจะจีเสด็จเที่ยวสิล้านนะผมว่าปอมัวตุเจตุนจีปูรถเตเชอนี่ทอดเจ้าหกเก้าเก๋เป้เสด็จเที่ยวตัวรถเตเชอนะเป้เสด็จยนต์จีเตเจเตนจีนะเตเจเตนจีนะเชื่อเป้อรเป้ซื้อแต่สิเป้อรจงมีกาจงเจ้าหน้าเจ้าว่าเป้ย่อดอกตือเป้ตอมบ้าอีคอดอกคอนเดอก็รถเจ้าหน้าเจ้าจื้อเจ้าหน้าเจ้าว่าเสด็จรถที่มดสเกนนับถือเป้จงมองเสด็จชายปอเนี่ยจะกู้ตู้จอปอไปจงมองเตมีตู้มีหนัวแล้วก็รวมมาจากเก๋หือเป้ที่มันจากเก๋รู้ชัวร์จากเป้เป้ย่อรู้เจรู้รอตื่นแล้วก็เป้ที่ลีมันจากเก๋นักการย่อรองมันจากเก๋ชี้จอรงเราล้วนกูรองเชียจับเลยนู่นนี่มันรู้เจ้าเรื่องเรากูหาเป้เราลู่เสียเจเลียเดียตุประธานย่อเราลูกกงเขาเสียเจเป้จงมองเสด็จเป้อยู่เส้นในจอกูตู้จอเนี่ยจะเนี่ยจะจีเที่ยจอกูตู้จอเที่ยยนจอจอสิแล้วในพงว่าปอจะเนี่ยจะจีว่าต่อมอเตจอเต้นช้าจะเสียจะหลับปวดเป้รู้เตเชอmà giờ lên nàoนู่นรองเชียจับเลยเนอะเท่าขนาดมันได้จีนั่นล่ะว่าเป้ยย่อขนาดอินูเนอะว่าแต่เราคุณเจงต่อแต่อีเปียอยู่ไม่อีจอดแล้วตัวจ่วยเป้ขนาดสิเทียอย่ารองเชียจับเลยกูหาเป้เราหรือหนอซื้อเป้ถอมปวดเตะเราเป้จะเนี่ยจะสีจีแล้วนะผมว่าปอที่จอกูตู้จอดเสด็จเนอะว่าจ้า
เสด็จเราประธานมาหัวอย่าตู้จอดเป้ลูกหัวมองละคลอสมอจะรู้รองเชียต่อใจเสด็จตันรอท่านเจ้าจ้าว่าอย่าตู้เชียแมนชัดตัวหญิงเนาะหัวมองกูตู้จอดหัวละคลอส The next speaker will be Mr. Tia Chava. He's the chairman of Hmong-Lao Veterans Chapter 8 in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Here, and please welcome Mr. Tia Cha. Whatever he comes there, you. The vice president, the vice chair is Mr. Sayev Tho.
Nhớ rằng giá sinh đó, đó nó cũng do Tia Cha mong sẵn va, cũng do tụi bây giờ của tụi trò. Chắc tới gì nhớ trò hồn trong là khâu hồn nó nó nói vậy nó chưa sang được pe cho cô tu trò thổi pe tổ pa trong khứ America ở trò nhớ trò tết chiều là chùa pe do cho đi thay cho cái khẩu chế miền thiều nhớ là khẩu tê tụm trò nhớ là cát tê pe tổ pa trong khứ America đi thay cho cái nó thiê pe tổ pa America cho nhau hồng tôm tổ trò rồi sa nhớ là tên tờ họ già làm phong đồ pe sa tê chấm plan ở pe giờ cho pa giờ liên nó trên này phunว่าปอเที่ยวโตรอเต้นหน่ะเต้ชื่อถ่าgiờ liên nó thổ peชื่อpe luเต้luเฉยเลยกูโตใส่ต่อpe choกูtu trò choลังcho tu choเนี่ยcho gì cho nó choอวตุล้อตุยอตัวtròเต้เฉยมีการนอgiờ liên nó peเที่ยวลีตัวหายเต้นหน่ะเต้ชื่อยาลินาถอเป้ที่ติดต่อหาเดียวนะรู้ชื่อลินตู้ว่าที่กบเราหน่อยยาเป้จะโคตุตรโนมายาลินาเป้จะเนี่ยจะสีถอตอนรอรอจอไอตอจอจะเสียเที่ยเมื่อตอนเช้ามาปวดรู้เต้รู้เชยเลยหล่อเลยนะเป้จะถึงเมื่อจะเสียนะย่อเป้อยู่อันจันตรงนี้ตัวเจ้าตุนจีเที่ยยาสิเท่านั้นผลว่าป๋าตัวเจ้าตุนจีสิตาจีเกินเนอะ
Next speaker is our new La Crosse mayor, Mayor Mitch Reynolds.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the ability to be here today. Thanks so much for the invitation. It is truly an honor to be among those who have sacrificed so much and have given so much and fought alongside for a nation that at the time you hadn't ever been to. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for your sacrifices, and it is an incredible thrill to be here on the day after the governor signed into law the bill to make Hmong-Lao Veterans Day permanent and enshrine it into law. Again, very pleased to be here with Steve and Jill and Brad. So I will hand it off to them. Again, thank you. Being new to this job, I know that we haven't met, many of us haven't met, but I encourage you to continue to have these conversations, or continue to have a conversation with my office, and feel free to reach out to me whenever you feel that you would like to have further conversations about Hmong community and La Crosse. Again, thank you so much. Thanks to our veterans, and I will now pass the torch to Representative Steve Doyle.
I'm going to be reading the bill that was passed and that was signed by the governor yesterday, but I want to make one observation before then. I read something recently that I think my Caucasian friends throughout the country need to keep in mind, and the comment was this: for every Hmong-Lao soldier who died, an American soldier was able to come home. And we need to recognize the sacrifice that the Hmong-Lao community made on our behalf back in during the time of the Secret War. So thank you so much, and this is it's an honor for me to be here to recognize the sacrifice that your community has made for the country that is now your country too. So thank you in that regard, and I want to read the bill, and then I'm going to pass it over to Senator Paff, and then eventually Jill Billings is going to read the citation that the three of us have signed on, recognizing the special day that we've set aside now. So this is 2021 Wisconsin Act 31, and this was signed by the governor yesterday, and it was to honor Hmong-Lao Veterans Day, to recognize Southeast Asians, Americans, and their allies who served, suffered, sacrificed, or died in the Secret War in Laos during the Vietnam War in the years 1961 to 1975, in support of the armed forces of the United States, and in recognition of May 14, 1975, as the last day of airlift evacuation of officers and their families from the covert headquarters in Long Kieng, Laos, to the Nam Phong refugee camp in Thailand. May 14th is designated as the Hmong-Lao Veterans Day. The governor shall issue annually a suitable proclamation for the observance of Hmong-Lao Veterans Day, ordering the flags at the State Capitol building to be flown at half-staff, requesting that some portion of the day be used to recall the veterans' accomplishments and to thank those veterans for their service during that war, and encouraging schools to discuss Hmong military service in support of the armed forces of the United States. And I'm honored and pleased to say that my colleagues and I all voted unanimously in favor of this bill. So I'm going to turn it over at this point to Senator Paff.
For the opportunity to be here. My name is Brad Paff, and I was elected in November to the Wisconsin State Senate, representing this region. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming out this morning. I want to thank you for your continued commitment and dedication in making the Coulee region a great place to live, to work, and to raise a family. And I want to ask for your continued help, your continued assistance, as we step forward together to make this area even more inclusive, even more welcoming, to make sure that we have more opportunities for all of us when it comes to housing, when it comes to economic development, when it comes to job training, when it comes to education. I think together, but coming together, continuing to listen, continuing to learn from one another, by respecting one another, by recognizing the importance of who we all are, our cultures.
Good morning. I'm humbled to be here today to honor Hmong veterans who served shoulder to shoulder with American troops during the Vietnam War. The Hmong, some as young as 12 years old, bravely provided ground support for American pilots during the conflict. I personally know an American pilot Fred Weber, whose life was saved time and again by Hmong service members. Whereas May 14th is recognized as Hmong-Lao Veterans Day in recognition of May 14th, 1975, the last day of airlift evacuations of officers and their families from headquarters in Long Chin, Laos, to the Nam Phong refugee camp in Thailand.
Thank you so much for